It often begins with a single word, a simple, three-letter word that feels so easy to say, yes. But have you ever felt the true weight of too many of those promises? It's a heavy, persistent ache, a feeling that settles deep in your bones, reminding you of the mountain of obligations you've built for yourself, one yes at a time. At first, it's manageable. It starts as a quiet hum of tasks in the back of your mind, a mental checklist you believe you can easily conquer. But soon, that hum grows into a loud, demanding roar. Each notification, each email, each new request adds another voice to the chorus, until it's impossible to hear your own thoughts. You find yourself pulled in a dozen different directions at once, a human tug-of-war where every rope is a commitment you willingly grabbed. There's the urgent deadline for work, the one you agreed to take on to prove you're a team player. Then, a promise to a friend who needs your help, and you couldn't bear to let them down. And of course, a family obligation you felt you couldn't refuse, because that's just what you do. Each yes felt so small and harmless at the time, like a single drop of rain, a simple act of kindness, a minor adjustment to your schedule. But now, you are standing in the middle of a flood, the cumulative downpour of your own making. You're struggling just to keep your head above water, gasping for a breath of unscheduled air. Your calendar, once a tool for organization, has become a fortress of commitments. Every block is filled, every hour accounted for, with no white space left for you. No room for spontaneity, rest, or simple being. This is the hidden cost of being agreeable, the silent tax on your time, energy, and well-being. And why do we do it? We say yes because we genuinely want to be helpful. It feels good to be needed. We say yes because we can't stand the thought of disappointing anyone, placing their comfort above our own capacity. We say yes because we fear missing out on a crucial opportunity, worried that a no might close a door forever. We say yes out of habit because it has become our default response, an automatic reflex we no longer question. We are taught that being accommodating is a virtue, a sign of being a team player and a good person. But what happens when our desire to please others, to be the reliable one, starts to erase our own needs? When the person we forget to help is ourselves, the very things that are meant to connect us to others begin to isolate us. We become so busy fulfilling everyone else's requests that we lose touch with the core of who we are. The hobbies that once brought us joy gather dust. The quiet moments of reflection disappear. The exhaustion that follows is more than just physical. It's a deep, soul-level weariness. It's the fatigue of performing, of constantly putting on a capable face while crumbling on the inside. Let's be honest, you don't have to imagine it. You live it. A day where you wake up already feeling behind, the race having started long before your alarm went off. Your to-do list, a digital scroll of dread, is a mile long before you've even had your first cup of coffee. Each item is a ghost of a yes you wish you could take back. There's that yes to a project you knew you didn't have the bandwidth for, but you were afraid of looking incapable. That yes to a social event you didn't have the emotional energy for, but you felt obligated to attend. And that yes to a favor that stretched you so thin you felt you might snap. So you move through your day like a ghost, a phantom in your own life. You're present in body, nodding and smiling in all the right places. But your spirit is absent, lost somewhere in the overwhelming sea of tasks. Your focus is shattered into a million pieces. Your creative energy is completely drained. And joy? That feels like a distant, half-forgotten memory from a life someone else lived. Make no mistake, living in this constant state of overcommitment isn't sustainable. It's a direct, one-way path to burnout. And here's the cruel irony. We start to resent the very people we were trying so hard to help. A quiet bitterness begins to fester with every new request. We feel trapped, cornered by our own good intentions. The generosity that once defined us, a quality we were proud of, now feels like a cage we built around ourselves, bar by golden bar. We look in the mirror and barely recognize the tired, strained person looking back. Where did the spark in their eyes go? When did their shoulders start carrying so much weight? And in a quiet moment, Perhaps late at night when the world is finally still, a thought emerges. We begin to wonder desperately if there is another way to live, a way to be kind and helpful, to be there for the people we care about without completely sacrificing our own peace of mind, a way to honor our commitments to others while finally learning to honor the most important commitment of all, the one we have to ourselves. What if the key to reclaiming your life isn't about adding more? What if it's not about finding a new productivity hack or a better calendar system? What if the answer is simpler and far more powerful? Consider this. What if the tool that guides you back to what truly matters is a single, two-letter word? A word that many of us are afraid to use. A word we've been conditioned to see as negative, as a form of rejection or conflict. We worry that saying no will make us seem difficult, uncooperative, or not a team player. This fear of disappointing others often leads us to sacrifice our own peace and priorities at the altar of obligation. That word is no. We often think of no as a door slamming shut. We see it as an ending, a barrier, or a confrontation. But I want to invite you to see it differently. What if no is not a barrier at all? What if it is a compass, a tool that helps you navigate the endless demands on your time and your energy? A guide that points you toward your true priorities. Each time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you are not closing a door. You are clearing a path. You are creating space for the things that genuinely matter to you. Space to think deeply, to be fully present with your loved ones, or to simply rest and recharge. This isn't about emptiness. It's about creating a space rich with intention. Saying no is not about being selfish or unkind. It is an act of profound self-respect. It's a quiet acknowledgement of your own capacity. Constantly saying yes when you mean no breeds resentment and leads to burnout. It's a silent promise to yourself that you will no longer run on empty. It is a declaration that your time, your energy, and your well-being are valuable. When you learn to say no with confidence and grace, you are not rejecting the person making the request. You are simply honoring your own limits and priorities. This simple act of setting a boundary teaches others how to treat you. It shows them that your yes is meaningful, thoughtful, and intentional. Your yes becomes a gift, not an automatic response. Think of your time not as a vast, endless ocean, but as a finite reservoir. Now imagine a small leak in that reservoir. A single yes to something you don't have time for. It seems insignificant at first, just a tiny drip. But soon, another yes creates another leak, and then another. Before you know it, your precious supply of time is draining away faster than you can replenish it. Saying no is the act of patching those leaks. It is your primary tool for protecting your time. When you say no to a meeting that could have been an email, you are shielding your focus. When you decline an invitation to an event that doesn't excite you, you are reclaiming your evening. It's a powerful statement that you are in control of your schedule rather than letting your schedule control you. So how do we say it gracefully? At work, instead of a reluctant yes, try, "Thank you for this opportunity. My focus is currently on delivering my main projects, so I can't take this on. However, I can revisit this next quarter." This is clear, firm, and professional. With friends or family, when you need to protect your energy, you might say, "I appreciate you thinking of me. I can't make it this time, but I'd love to catch up soon." It's a kind refusal that keeps the connection open. These aren't harsh rejections. They are honest, respectful statements of your boundaries. They show that you value your commitments, including the commitment to your own well-being. This is the art of the compassionate no. Every no is a yes to something more important. Just as our time is finite, so is our energy. We live under the pervasive myth that we should be able to do it all. We see people on social media juggling careers, families, fitness routines, social lives, and we feel a pressure to keep up. We believe that if we just push a little harder, sleep a little less, drink a little more coffee, we can magically expand our energy reserves. The truth is, our energy is like a battery. Every task we perform draws from that battery. Saying yes to everything is like plugging in dozens of devices at once. It drains the battery fast. By midday, your energy can plummet, leaving you irritable, unfocused, depleted. You are spreading yourself too thin. The result is burnout. Burnout isn't just feeling tired, it is emotional exhaustion, physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion. Saying no is one of the most effective strategies for preventing burnout. It preserves your precious energy by keeping you from overcommitting. When you say no to a social gathering because you feel drained, you are giving yourself the gift of rest and recovery. Every no is an act of energy conservation. It is a conscious choice to protect your inner battery so you can power the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. By saying no to the things that drain you, you ensure that you have a full charge for your passions, your family, and your own personal growth. Imagine your attention is a powerful spotlight. When you say yes to everything, that spotlight is split into a dozen weak, flickering beams. You give a little bit of your focus to a work task, a little to a social media feed, a little to a half-heard conversation. Now, imagine what happens when you start to say no. With every no, your central spotlight grows brighter, stronger, and more concentrated. Saying no to the unnecessary sharpens your attention on what truly matters. It allows you to shine a brilliant, unwavering light on your most important goals. It transforms your scattered attention into a laser beam, capable of cutting through complexity and making a real, tangible impact on the things you care about most. We often fear that saying no will make people like us less, that it will be seen as a rejection. We're wired for connection, so this fear runs deep. But what if the opposite is true? When someone's yes is a given, an automatic response, it holds very little weight. It's expected. It's cheap, like a common coin handed out to anyone. When you learn to set firm boundaries, your yes transforms. It becomes a deliberate and thoughtful commitment, a scarce and valuable resource. Your yes is no longer a default setting. It becomes a powerful endorsement, a gold standard of your support. When you set boundaries, you are communicating that you value yourself, your time, your energy, your well-being. This act of self-respect is contagious. It's a quiet form of leadership that teaches others how to treat you. You move from being seen as a people pleaser to being seen as a person of principle, someone whose commitments are taken seriously because they are not given away lightly. Your word gains integrity. When people see that you are disciplined with your own time, they are more likely to respect it. They learn that your time is not an infinite resource for their demands. We often think of discipline as a mystical quality, but this is a misunderstanding. At its core, discipline is simply the repeated practice of saying no. It is the ability to say no to distractions, no to temptations, no to immediate gratification in favor of a more meaningful long-term goal. It's the choice to prioritize what truly matters over what's merely easy. Each no keeps them aligned with their ultimate priority, finishing the book. Discipline is not about what they do. It's about what they consistently choose not to do. Every time you choose your long-term goal over a short-term pleasure, you are performing one repetition in the gym of willpower. This mental muscle, like any other, grows stronger with use. Saying no to hitting the snooze button strengthens your commitment to your morning routine. Each small refusal builds momentum for the larger ones. You are building a fortress of focus around your goals, and every no is another brick in that wall. This fortress protects your most valuable asset, your attention. All meaningful growth in our lives happens just outside the edge of our comfort zone. Comfort, while pleasant, is a state of stagnation. It's a warm, cozy room where nothing new can enter. True progress requires stepping out into the unknown. It is the tool that propels us out of our comfort zones. Saying no to what's easy allows us to say yes to what's meaningful. The choice for growth is to say no to the comfort of the current role and yes to the discomfort of a new challenge. Saying no is the act of decluttering your life, not just your physical space, but your calendar and your mind. It simplifies. It creates open space. It is through this process of elimination that clarity begins to emerge. The fog of overwhelm starts to lift. You can see the path from where you are to where you want to go. Your priorities become sharp and defined. Once you have cleared away the clutter, you need a tool to help you decide what to let back in. That tool is your values. This short list is your decision-making filter. Before saying yes to anything new, ask, does this align with my core values? This makes saying no less about rejection and more about intention. The choice, while difficult, becomes incredibly clear. But how do you phrase it? For a work request you can't take on, try, thank you for this opportunity. To do it justice, I'd need to deprioritize another task. Can we discuss what the priority should be? For a social invitation, a simple, thank you for thinking of me, I can't make it this time, is both kind and sufficient. This response is respectful, honest, and firm. It simply states a boundary rooted in personal values. Ultimately, every no to what traps you is a yes to your own independence. It is the tool that unlocks your freedom. Freedom from the weight of other people's expectations. Freedom from the exhausting cycle of overcommitment and overwhelm. Saying no is the ultimate form of empowerment. It transforms you from a passive recipient of life's demands into the active architect of your own experience. The word you once feared becomes your most trusted ally. It is no longer a source of guilt, but a source of strength. This is the freedom that no offers. The freedom to design a life that is not just full, but deeply and authentically fulfilling. A life that is a true reflection of your own choices. This journey of understanding is only the beginning. This week, I invite you to find one small, low-stakes opportunity to say no. It can be something simple. Say no to a social event you feel obligated to attend. Choose a quiet night in instead. Notice how it feels. Notice the small wave of relief. Notice the quiet feeling of being in control of your choices. This small experiment is your training ground. It builds confidence and the muscle to set boundaries in bigger areas of life. Hit subscribe. Join a community learning to live more intentionally. Comment below what you'll say no to this week. Your story might give someone else the courage they need. Remember, every no is a powerful yes to something more important. Yes to your peace. Yes to your priorities. Yes to your purpose. Yes to freedom. Thank you for being part of the Exniversal Wealth community. You have the compass. You have the ally. The choice, now and always, is yours.